Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Thanks for coming by today. Just on a kind of quick tag video today. I was tagged by the Goddess of Gore to do the Finish the Book tag. I love Vic's channel. I'll link her below, of course. She's a fantastic channel. And yeah, let's go. Finish the book tag. Number 1, do you keep a list of books that you've read? I do. Now, I do, of course, keep my stuff on Goodreads, so that kind of lists things for me there. But I also have my handy dandy little notebook here. In which I do just keep a list. So here's January. If that's sticking out of the way. I literally just make a list of the book, the author, and a quick star rating. And that's about it. I don't really keep any other notes than that, but I keep my list here. So this for me goes all the way back, I think, through 2020. So we say so here is January 2020. All my finished books. You can call it like a book journal, but I don't do fancy stuff. I keep lists. I list my TBRs in here. I list my finished books. I make a list of any kind of challenges I've got going on that I can kind of tick off as I go. Pretty simple, but yeah, I do list them that way. All right, number 2, what stats do you record? And honestly, I don't really keep a lot. I don't keep track of a lot of stats other than like that quick star rating. But I really don't. Whatever like Goodreads keeps for me, those are the stats I try. They keep up like page count, and I don't purposefully keep track of any other stats. We'll say that. Number 3, do you give star ratings? I do, but I'm not someone who's like super critical. My star ratings are, kind of vibe based. When I finish a story, I'm like, how do I feel? Did I love that? Did I really like that? Was it just okay? And that's kind of how I rate things. It's more of a feeling, I don't have like a specific system. Some people have like 5-star means this, 4.5 star means this. Like, I don't get into all that, but it's how did I feel once I finish that book? That's kind of how I rate things. Do you review your books? Of course, I chat about them here once I finished a book. So I do that here. I used to be really good about writing short little reviews on Goodreads and sometimes even Amazon, particularly for like more like smaller independent books. I've gotten out of the habit of doing that. I probably need to get back into doing that, but I used to be pretty good, at least writing, even if it's just a few sentences, about how I felt about the book. But I've kind of fallen out of the habit of doing that. Where do you put your finished books? If I'm keeping them, of course, they go right back up onto my shelf. If it's a 4-star read or a book I think I'm definitely going to read again at some point, I'll definitely keep it. Or if it's something that I'm kind of more of a collecting kind of thing, which like my old school horror paperbacks, like I'll keep a hold of those even if maybe I didn't love it, just because that's something I try to kind of collect along the way. But if I don't, if it's like, even if I really enjoyed it, but maybe I won't necessarily reread, or like, of course I just really didn't like it, I'm not gonna put it back on the shelf, and it's gonna get unhauled. So number 6, how do you pick your next book? I do, like I mentioned before, I do keep a monthly TBR. So I'll kind of see out of that smaller condensed list of the larger list of books that I still need to read, just kind of what I feel like reading next. And so that's usually how I pick what I'm going to read next. Of course, sometimes, library holds come in, so that kind of, forces my hand of, especially like an audiobook, like, because sometimes you'll wait for months and months for an audiobook, through Libby, through the library. So when that hold comes in, you gotta jump on it. So, but for the most part, I just kind of look at my TBR, what I got planned for the month, and just kind of pick what I'm in the mood for, Number 7, do you have, what's this word? Rituals. I read my own writing. Do you have rituals when you have finished a book? Not necessarily, other than, I kind of like, I make sure I kind of finish out things with doing my things on Goodreads, making sure, change it to, finished, write it down on my list. Maybe I'll post about it in like a Discord or on Instagram, like, oh, I finished this book and it was awesome. Oh, this book wasn't that great. Or of course, if it was like part of a buddy read or a book club or something, I'll post my, say this on like Discord or something, I'll type out my kind of initial thoughts of what I'm feeling, so things like that. But no real rituals, I would say, other than just kind of finishing out in that way of posted about it here and there or whatever. Does that make sense? Okay. And number 8 is tag some folks. So let's see. Let's tag Mindy from Mindy's Book Journey. She likes to do tags. And how about Kat over at Kat's Novel Adventures? I would be interested in your questions. And tag your grid, of course, if you'd like to do those questions. I'll put them down below for you. And thanks again to the Goddess of Ghoul for tagging me. I love your channel so much. And so if you're not watching her channel, definitely check it out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And till the next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.